Could AMD be the best artificial intelligence stock to buy right now? I'm going to answer that question in this video, looking at AMD's product portfolio, its latest quarterly earnings results, and its stock price valuation to answer the question if AMD is the best AI stock to buy right now.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So let's jump right in, starting with its products. So AMD serves the data center segment, client segment, gaming, and embedded solutions. Data center is where AMD has a leadership data center and AI solutions with server CPUs, GPUs, and more. The client segment is where it includes the CPUs, APUs for notebooks and desktop PCs, and commercial workstations. Now, this segment is one that's been troubled due to some recent trends from the pandemic. Remember, in 2020 and in 2021, when most people started to work from home, learn from home, entertain themselves at home, they realized that one computer for the entire house wasn't enough. Instead of having one computer for the entire house, that changed to being you needed one computer for almost every individual in the house. And so there was a surge of purchases of desktops and laptop computers in 2020 and in 2021. The trouble for the computer industry is computers are long lasting goods. They don't get replaced for another 4 to 6 years on average. So that created a pocket of computer sales that in 2023 is causing a year over year decrease in computer sales. So far this year, computer sales are down year over year. But the good news is that this trend is turning around and computer sales are picking up again thanks to advancements in artificial intelligence and computing power. AMD also serves the gaming segment with its GPUs and CPUs, and it has embedded products that go inside CPUs and GPUs for a broad set of markets. AMD has an interesting and unique position in growth of artificial intelligence. Now, admittedly, AMD is not the leader in artificial intelligence. That's been clearly shown to be Nvidia, as Nvidia has benefited from the rising effectiveness of AI. Although AMD is benefiting from that trend because Nvidia is capped. The demand for AI chips is so large that Nvidia is having a difficult time serving all that demand. And so that leaves room for companies like AMD to come in with its own portfolio. It's got AMD it's got products for data accelerators for AI solutions, leadership for server solutions. It's got the first x86 CPU with integrated AI accelerator and the AMD Alveo accelerators for AI inference and optimized solutions. All of these products can go into the AI market and serve demand for companies trying to increase the use of AI in their services. So, yes, I will admit AMD is not at the forefront, is not the leader in the AI market, but it is catching up and benefiting from the rising effectiveness of AI to be sure. So now that we've looked at AMD's product portfolio and how it serves the AI industry, let's look at its latest quarterly results. So in AMD's third quarter, net revenue overall increased by 4.2% to 5.8 billion. Now that was mixed between those four segments we talked about, with the client segment experiencing 42.2% growth and the other three segments experiencing year over year declines. Those declines were primarily due to the factor I mentioned earlier. However, AMD did a good job of decreasing its cost of sales down by 4.9% to 3.1 billion, despite the fact that net revenue increased by 4.2%. The combination of those two factors led to AMD's gross profit jumping by 16.7% to 2.7 billion, and AMD is forecasting continued improvement in this metric in the next quarter. Net income jumped by 353% to 299 million for AMD in the third quarter. Now, this was an impressive result and a recovery sooner than expected for AMD. Many Wall Street analysts, including myself, thought that AMD would have a difficult time throughout 2023 because of slowing demand for computer sales. I thought at least the third and fourth quarter of 2023, AMD's revenue would be flat or negative and net income would not be rising by this much. I was surprised, and this was partly due to the soaring demand from AI that led to the increase in sales of AMD's products. Speaking of AMD's fourth quarter, management outlook for the fourth quarter for revenue is for revenue to come in between $6.1 billion plus or minus 300 million. If it indeed hits that target, that would be an increase of 9% year over year and 5% quarter over quarter. The 9% growth would be an acceleration from the previous quarter, where we just showed you revenue growth increased by just about 4 or 5%. Additionally, management expects the gross profit margin to come in around 51.5%. This is non-GAAP, which would be impressive, and it would still leave room for further growth if you compare with Nvidia. Nvidia's gross profit margins are in excess of 60%. So this leaves room for further expansion, although a gross profit margin of 51.5% is solid to be sure, with operating expenses coming in at $1.74 billion. The company expects its expected pre-tax income of 13%. So it looks like management is expecting not only a continuation of the trends from the third quarter, but an improvement and acceleration from the trends in the third quarter. So AMD is now starting to reap the benefits of the rising effectiveness of artificial intelligence. Nvidia already has started experiencing that to an extreme extent. Nvidia's, and you can see that in Nvidia's stock price as well. AMD has been slow to capture this wave. Nevertheless, it's capturing the wave right now. It's seeing this rise in demand for its products. It's seeing the increase in revenue. Finally, if you look at AMD's stock price, it's trading at a forward price to earnings ratio of 26. It's not expensive, and it's trading at a relatively fair value according to its own historical value of this metric going back until about 2.5 years, going back to January 2021. Also, if I compare this forward price to earnings ratio to Nvidia, it's very similar. Nvidia is trading at a similar forward price to earnings in the mid-20s. So because of that, I can't say that AMD is the best artificial intelligence stock to buy right now, because it's trading at a similar valuation to Nvidia, and Nvidia is clearly ahead in terms of AI compared to AMD. So at the very least, Nvidia is a better AI stock compared to AMD. However, that being said, I still think AMD is an excellent AI stock to buy. I think it's in a strong position to benefit from this tailwind, and I think at this valuation, if you buy and hold this stock for the next 5 years, the price is likely to be higher 5 years from now. So I would rate AMD stock as a buy, but I wouldn't go so far as to say it's the best artificial intelligence stock to buy. All right, but before I let you go, if you gained any value from this video, please subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me make more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching.